Hello and welcome to the second outing of the Polyester Atlas, a series in which a panel of expert enthusiasts / financially irresponsible idiots have a look at some of the best national football shirts around. Each episode we'll be viewing some of the new arrivals in our collections, discussing any vitally important international shirt news, and most importantly, selecting a national shirt or shirts to induct into our Polyester Atlas, slowly building up a theoretical map of the world via the medium of multicoloured sportswear. The first time out, we inducted 4 nations, including Cuba and Venezuela, no doubt horrifying those in charge of US foreign policy over the last few decades. Well, not to worry guys, because in honour of the imminent 4-yearly septuagenarian dick-measuring contest known as the American election, today's episode is a Stars and Stripes special. Yes, expect to see some shirts featuring stars, and some more featuring stripes. As in our epoch-defining first episode, I'm joined once again by 3 behemoths of international shirt collecting. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, brought together once more like the 4 horsemen of the international football shirt apocalypse. First up in England, we have Nick. Hello.
Hi.
Representing Germany, we have Sascha. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, hello.
And batting for Canada, it's Eric. Hello, sir.
Greetings.
And I'm Joe, playing for Scotland. Okay, so I thought we could perhaps kick off by having a look at the any new arrivals that anybody's got. I mean, I've been behaving, so I haven't bought anything, but I know that most of you are completely unstoppable, so I don't know. Nick, have you received anything interesting?
Yeah, I haven't actually bought a lot recently, but the poster suddenly started working across the world, so I've had a few things arrive. I'll look in my magic box. In fact, first of all, shirt I've been looking for absolutely ages, and I finally managed to get hold of it. I've just noticed it's got a name and number on the back, which I haven't looked at the back of it yet.
News, that's more news.
Germany.
Oh, brilliant.
I want to say 1994, Sascha, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent, good. I've just noticed it's got Klinsmann on the back.
On the bottom, underneath the 9, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't think it's match worn. Certainly, 15 quid or whatever I spent on eBay for that. So,
is it legit? Because I know there's been quite a few different versions of that one floating around.
Yeah, I mean it's got half an Adidas label in the collar, but no, I'm pretty sure that's all good. I love that design.
Yeah, me too.
The whole. I don't know what it is that's going on with it, but particularly the Germany one where they've got like lots of colours. And there's quite a few where it's just like a white pattern on a darker background. But yeah, that's awesome. One of my favourite Germany ones. In my opinion, better than the 88-92 one that people bang on about.
Easily much better.
I agree, but you should check the authenticity. There are hundreds of fakes, and I remember your last German shirt had a misspelling on the FA text.
I'll look at it in more detail. It was really cheap anyway and badly listed on eBay, so I will check that out. Right, I do have a couple more. I know it's boring, but I've got an England shirt. I've actually already got this one, but it's such a nice material. It's the Umbro tailored by England range. And it's like it's just so comfortable to wear. I don't really wear football shirts because I don't like that polyester feel on my skin. But this is a nice like cotton type. I think the Canada one was the same style.
Yeah, it was.
And so I've now got 2 because my other one's getting a little bit worn out. So I thought I'd add another.
I can't be doing with the big long collar on that. It's ridiculous. It makes it look like a night shirt from like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or something.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
you're
weird because
buttoning it up all the way down to your belly button.
Yeah, I don't know why it looks like that. And the annoying thing is when it gets a bit mucky, this bit cleans really nicely and the rest of it doesn't. So it's really obvious that it's sort of faded a bit. And right, okay. But the best parcel I had arrive, and it took months to get here because Bhutan, their post stopped working. Couldn't do any international deliveries. But finally, parcel arrived. So first of all is 2003 match worn shirt.
Oh, lovely.
I don't know who number 15 is, but I've got loads of number 15 shirts now for Bhutan. So clearly he's trying to get rid of his collection, get a bit of money. So yeah, love that one. That was from I think they used this for several years actually, when they first started competing in international tournaments, in the SAFF Cup Championships and the Southeast Asian Games as well.
The SAF Championship, one of my favourite tournaments for tuning into. Actually, I've watched quite a few editions of it, and the standard of football is always terrible, but somehow it's always entertaining.
Yeah, I think they had. I think that one was in. It's hosted in Pakistan, and you can imagine what the TV quality is like over there. Atrocious. Next shirt. That's right. Now this one I've been after for ages. I've got the away shirt already, and it's the first shirt that they ever wore after joining FIFA in 1999. And here it is. So let's hold it back a little bit. It's got these beautiful sort of, they're not 3/4 length, they're like 7/8 length sleeves. Like proper wizard sleeve things going on there. But it's not the best thing about them. It's got the Wild West typeface on it, which is an absolute beauty.
Yeah, that is wicked.
So I've actually got another one of them.
Oh yeah, 15 again, and another one,
and another one.
Blimey, O'Reilly.
And I've got the shorts.
Oh, brilliant! And they've got Wild West writing on as well.
They do down the side. It's amazing. And just to complete the package, I've got the away shorts as well.
Oh, brilliant! Did you get the away shirt?
They all want. I've already got the away shirt.
Right.
So the red version. So yeah, that's my new arrivals. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That. What's your Bhutan collection up to now?
Oh, I don't know. I think I've got about 30 different Bhutan shirts. It's almost every one that they've had since joining FIFA. There's a few more recent ones I haven't managed to get yet, but I'm sure they'll find their way into my collection soon.
It's an epic sub collection. I have to say, it's probably the best sub collection of any of our sub collections. So, Eric, have you had any new arrivals yourself?
I do. One that I didn't think I was going to keep, but it ended up staying with me. So we'll start with that one. I've got 2000 Burkina Faso.
That's lovely.
More than likely, it's an away shirt, even though they wore it against Egypt. Well, Egypt was playing in their away colors, so it is an away shirt, though. Kappa, back from when Kappa was
awesome.
Awesome. And this was the guy that played in Germany. Sascha, I think, knew who he was. Played for Koblenz.
Oh yeah. He played for. Well, Koblenz is not a very good club. I think they are in the 5th division now. So yeah, but he played there for a couple of years.
Yeah, and I think some other teams in Germany as well. But so that one ended up staying with me, although I didn't originally think it would. Let's see. We've got, I think it's 2006, 2007 Kazakhstan with that nice, I don't know what it is about this template that I like with the kind of Star Trek, The Next Generation collar. And I actually bought a Scotland 3rd shirt off Shirt King.
Which color was that?
The yellow one.
Oh yeah. I'm not a fan of that template personally, but
I really dislike it. I can't stand it.
I don't know. It feels weird when you wear it, but I kind of like it.
Those Diodora shirts that Scotland had were terrible.
We have
vintage
1994 Canada score.
Love score.
Which is a beautiful match worn. Well, at least it's from a player who looks like he was selling his collection to somebody out in British Columbia. Mitchell, the shirt's actually stunning. It's got all kinds of detail in it that I didn't know was there, and I can definitely see why Nick is so in love with this brand. It's a great shirt. Long sleeve, and this bloke was big. Like, that shirt's huge. Yeah, it's really, really something. So that's 94. And then I saved the best for last. You guys have seen it, but I didn't put it on Twitter. because following Nick's lead, I decided to unveil it here. We have
Look at that.
One of the more beautiful ones out there.
That is magnificent.
15 onward Sri Lanka arrived in the post the other day.
One of the most sought after shirts out there, really. Huge congrats on managing to sort that out. That's absolutely amazing. Sascha, have you got anything to show us?
Yeah, I got a single one, which is West Papua.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
And I actually think it's a handball shirt. So it is saying Hummel, but the whole design, to me, looks like a handball shirt. Even the back.
61. They've either got a huge squad or it's not necessarily football. But then that says soccer centre on the back, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely from the football team, but I just think they might have bought a handball template and stitched their logo on it. But that's the...
Is it
Is that part of Indonesia? Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a non-FIFA shirt, and they are based in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, and got it straight from them. They sold a couple of match-worn. I think they're still selling.
I'm always quite tempted by the non-FIFA nations, but then there's only so much money you can spend. I don't know. It's
true, but I think it was €30 maybe. So fair enough for a match.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
So did anybody reconsider joining me with J League shirts or what?
I'm not. No way. They're expensive.
Yeah, they are.
that is a mad rabbit hole that I ain't gonna go near.
Yeah. Well, I told you one of you's getting in there. I don't care how long it takes. Someone's coming in with me.
I've
already got one. So.
I've been tempted for ages, but unfortunately, I have a mortgage. It's a shame, really. Okay.
I'm sure the bank will take payment and Sega Sonic the Hedgehog sponsored football win.
And if not, why not?
Yeah.
All right. Well, shall we sort of move on to a kind of news section then, and have a look maybe at the latest crop of new African shirts? Because Puma, a couple of weeks ago, since we last spoke, unveiled new shirts for 5 of the big African nations. So, kicking things off, this is the Egypt design. And it kind of reminds me of a previous Egypt design. They had one that had kind of subtle hieroglyphics all over it a few years ago. And this one's all right, but personally, I don't really think it's as good. I mean, the pattern's kind of like an old beach towel or something like that. I don't know. What do you think?
It's a shame they haven't got the, the 90s Puma thing with having lots of Pumas down the sleeve. I think they've just got, one on there. I think all the Puma shirts at the moment have got the kind of sleeve, but with one Puma on them. But I like it when they got it all the way down the side.
Yeah. Yeah,
I agree.
Like that.
Rather dull effort. I think that the white one would need a nicer color, like maybe a red one. And otherwise, I mean, it's a pattern. It's not too bad, but
yeah, it just feels a bit like for the away one, they've gone, oh, we'll do the home one, but just make it white. In fact,
it's very familiar.
They've kind of done that quite a lot with these new ones, it would appear. Okay, that's Egypt. It's all right. It's not terrible. So next up, Ivory Coast. And this is kind of interesting somehow. I mean, it's got stripes for a start, which I don't really remember any home Ivory Coast shirt ever having stripes on it before. They're quite subtle, but that kind of fits in with our theme, I guess, of stars and stripes for the episode. But I can't say that I love it, really. And the away shirt, I mean, it's all right. It looks a bit like somebody in a white shirt fell down a chimney.
Well, it does look like they've been run over, like some sort of roadkill.
Yeah.
I do love the logo on the away shirt, that it's only 2 colored.
Oh, yeah.
So they took away all the green, and yeah. I quite like the away one.
Yeah, it's okay.
I quite like the home one. I think it's good they've gone with the just literally orange and green rather than it being orange, green, and white they've had in the past. They've had some pretty crazy designs with like elephant tusks. And
Yeah, I was
going
to say I quite liked the last one that had a sort of mental cyber elephant on it, that kind of like a RoboCop elephant or something. And I don't know, it seems to have been retired in favour of some stripes. So, like personally, I'm not that mad on it, and I think there's too much green on it. I just don't really. I don't know. I like them when they're more orange somehow.
Yeah, I like their other orange they've had like in 2007 ish. It's like a more real bright orange and a darker green, but you know.
I mean, the only benefit in buying Ivory Coast home shirts is that it's the only credible national team to wear orange. So,
ooh, little dig there.
Yeah.
I think I'm sure our legion of Dutch listeners will be like marching on you, and yeah, you're not going to be.
I thought it was as big as you can, so
I don't have an orange Netherlands shirts. I would never buy it, so I do have a ton of these, and they are the only orange shirts I have, I think, apart from Bhutan.
Do the Dutch still chant "We want our bicycles back" when they play Germany?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
A friend of mine told me about that. I was like, what? You didn't explain it.
Okay, moving on to a team that's really embraced the stars and stripes with this one. I gotta say, I love this away shirt. This might be my shirt of the year. I think it is brill. I realize it's quite busy for some people's taste, but for me, a busy shirt is a good shirt, and I just think that is epic.
I actually brought something for that. I'm not sure you can see that now.
Oh, hang on.
But this is a backpack from Ghana. This is Kente. That's like the national pattern of Ghana. And I think what the away shirt is trying to do is looking like a Kente tribal pattern. I do have a couple of different Kentes in my office, actually.
Can you hold that up again?
Yeah, I can. So there you go.
Okay.
So this one is a bit more busy even. But
yeah, okay.
They do have like several different patterns.
Kind of similar to the Senegal one, isn't it? Not that we've seen that yet, but we will see.
Yeah, it's going in the same direction. But I think that's what they're trying to do, like the national pattern.
I see.
The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that Ghana traditionally play in yellow. And since Puma have taken them over, they've seemed to have swapped to white. And I just always see yellow as the home colour. And I think the yellow one's better as well.
Yeah, definitely much better. I mean, the white one's fine, but like, it just looks like a desaturated version of the yellow version. The yellow version to me just says we're having a party. Yeah. I just think it's ace.
I do hate that. I think the home one, the sleeves are just messed up. Like everything is faded out.
Yeah.
And then the sleeves are bright. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't mind it, but that away one, that's a 10 out of 10 for me. I just think that's epic.
Agree.
Yeah.
Eric, you into it?
I am. Unfortunately, I'll have to buy it. I'll have to get one of you guys to get it from a Puma site on your side of the pond, because I didn't see anything on when I accessed the web over here. Some of these are getting hard to get, like the Nigeria ones, this year's. All sold out on Nike.com, and then they just came back in stock. I managed to just order mine the other day.
I'm going to need to grab one when I have a bit more money, because I really like the new Nigeria shirt as well. I know that it doesn't seem to have quite the same hype as the last one, but I think it's pretty epic as well.
They have a whole range of attire too. Like there's some funky stuff like ponchos and some neat gear.
Training tracksuits and everything are always epic for Nigeria. There's some great trainers as well. And here to contrast with the excitement of the Ghana shirts, the new Morocco shirts, which are just dismal, really. I'm not into them. So
I like that.
Yeah, I quite like this. I think that Morocco in the past have had some really busy designs, which is like a good thing. But this one, they still got that busy design. They've just done it all on the sleeves, the shoulders.
The shoulder. I can't really. There's not really any pictures of the shoulders. To me, it just looks like a kind of red shirt. I guess the white one looks like it's got some blood spatter.
I wouldn't want this every year. I wouldn't want it every year having like a plain shirt. But I think that they've had their busy designs in the past, and this one has still got the nice looking shoulders. It's the garish green and red, which I love. It's got that weird like badge that looks like a bullet wound with some blood dripping down it.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
The final of the 5 countries with the new Puma shirts are Senegal, and I'm not really sure what I think of this, to be honest. It looks a bit like a 1970s tablecloth that's kind of been washed maybe every couple of weeks since then until now. Yeah, I don't know. I can kind of see what they're trying, but I think it sort of works better on the away shirt than on the home shirt.
I agree. It works better on the away. I can't work out what it is about the home that I'm not keen on. Is it perhaps the red that's sort of now gone pink because of the sort of faded bit on it?
Yeah.
I don't agree. I actually love the home one because it's so unusual. I mean, I would just love to see it in the flesh, but the idea of having it very blurred out is, I think, very unique. I don't think I have a shirt like that. So I would love to have it.
I've seen they've used the away one already, and it's really dark when they're wearing it. It looks quite light here, but it almost looks black. I don't know if they're playing in the rain or getting sweaty or what, but it does look quite dark.
Yeah. Okay. So those are Puma's new African shirts. I don't know if there were any more new African non-Puma designs that anyone wanted to draw attention to.
I think the main ones are the well, there's 2. This is the new South Africa home shirt made by Le Coq Sportif. It's very similar to the Cameroon shirt from the 2019 African Cup of Nations, I think. Certainly they've worn Le Coq Sportif recently, and to go with it is, I've got this as the away shirt.
That's nice.
Yeah, I dig
I
it.
like that.
And just to complete the trio, they have a 3rd shirt as well. And we all love a shirt where you can collect them all.
Yeah. The yellow one's not bad either, but that green one just jumps right out at you.
Yeah, I think that's funky. I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
It is
For
nice.
the yellow one, I think.
They're always harder to get, the yellow one, there we go. They're always harder to get hold of than you'd think. You'd think South Africa shirts would be quite easy, but I tried getting the old Nike ones that they had from 2018. That they are difficult to find. So hopefully that isn't going to be too hard, because when I can find that for a reasonable price, I'm definitely going to be getting probably all 3 of them, to be honest, because I'm like that.
But why did they have to put a strip on the shoulder? Is it like to look more like Adidas, or?
I don't know. I think it needs something there, doesn't it? Otherwise, it's just looks like they've been dipped in something.
Yeah, it's actually the strip on the shoulder on the green one, I think, that makes it pop.
There we go.
It breaks it up, you know. Yeah.
I also think that's a bit of stitching, isn't it? It's a bit more obvious on the.
Yeah, I think it's a stitching thing.
Oh, it's a stitching. Yeah, right.
Right, and the other one, whilst we're at it, this is the Equatorial Guinea home shirt. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this.
Neither am I. That's a mess, mate. I got no clue what has happened here. It looks like they've fallen into a big jar of Tipex or something.
It is weird, but it's Equatorial Guinea and they're difficult to get hold of. So I've pre-ordered these. Apparently, the delivery's been delayed because of unprecedented demand.
Really?
So I don't know what that means. Have they had more than a dozen people?
Yes. What is unprecedented demand for football shirts in Equatorial Guinea? I don't think we can even begin to speculate.
But hopefully in the next video they will arrive, so I'll be able to show you these in the flesh. So that's the home shirt. And can I show you the next one? Can you see that?
Oh yeah. Oh
that
yeah.
is the slightly smarter looking away shirt.
That's a nice Italy shirt.
I was going to say a nice Iceland shirt, but yeah, it doesn't necessarily scream Equatorial Guinea, but it's definitely neat and tidy.
No. But I do like the weird stripes that make it look as if it's sort of not fitting properly. It's a bit twisted.
Well, funnily enough, the Equatorial Guinea shirt I have that came from you, one of the who made them again?
Morocco.
Morocco. They're they're asymmetrical. It's kind of
the numbers aren't in the
ridiculous.
middle, are they?
Well, it's not just the numbers. The actual shirt itself tapers off to one side. It's completely bizarre. I don't know. I would have thought that one of the basic requirements of sportswear, given that human beings are pretty much symmetrical, would be that you would make your shirt symmetrical. But I don't know. They seem to be jiving on their own wavelength, so that's cool.
Speaking of numbers, is it all on all Area shirts that the front number is so tiny?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
The Brocco one's got a lovely large gold
number, yeah.
number on the front.
Mine says Randy on the back, and as a big South Park fan, I always kind of loved that as well.
Right, and there's the understated
yawn, boring, boo. Cool.
Yeah, I think that's the most notable other non-Puma ones.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that.
No worries.
Excellent stuff. And yeah, I guess we will then move on to the main business of the day. And that is, of course, inducting new shirts into our Polyester Atlas. So, with today's theme being stars and stripes, because, of course, of the American election that is happening, and let's not talk about politics because that's just going to depress everybody. Who wants to go first? Sascha, why don't you show us? The idea today is that everybody's picked a shirt with stripes, and everybody has picked a shirt with a star, and yeah, it seemed a nice way of tying things together.
Sure. I think I have a bit of a surprise with the stripes.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
That's a Slovenia shirt. I think from 1996.
Yeah.
It's match worn too and has a lovely number 10.
Oh, yeah.
It was said to be worn by Zlatko Zahovic, but I don't really think he was already around. He was the top goal scorer of one of the World Cups. Or Euros.
I think Turkey had an away shirt in the same kind of pattern that was.
They did at Euro '96.
Yeah, that I always really thought was pretty cool. Actually,
I'd never seen it away. Actually,
you what?
I think they had home and away, both Turkey.
It's the white one I'm thinking of. They had a white one with sort of those disappearing red stripes on that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the red one was different. They had the one with the 3 stripes on either side going all the way down. But they had that as their away one.
I think what I love about this one is the ridiculously huge logo on it.
Yeah.
Which is like triple the size of the Adidas logo. And it also has, you probably can't see that, but there are stripes all over the shirt as well.
Yeah.
Like very subtle.
Yeah.
So 2 stripes actually. And then for the stars, I just have a single star, which is from Guinea-Bissau.
This is so awesome.
It's one of my favorite shirts in the collection. It has a very special story because nobody was able to get a Guinea-Bissau shirts for absolute ages. And then the coach actually got cancer and he needed to fly to Portugal for treatment. So what they did is they did a raffle. No, they didn't do a raffle. They did a secret auction. Who will donate the most to the coach, and I think I've offered €30 being a poor student at the time, and that was the highest bid.
And that was the winner.
It still took about a year, but I did get this shirt, which is having my name on it as well.
Oh yeah, great.
Me.
Didn't we get in the local paper from that as well? I'm sure they did a story.
Yeah. There was a story in the paper thanking me for my contribution and all. Yeah.
In Guinea-Bissau.
In Guinea-Bissau, yeah, of course.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
I also contributed to that, and they sent me a T-shirt, but it wasn't a. It wasn't.
Yeah, I got a T-shirt too. Yeah.
You got to love being news in Guinea-Bissau. I mean, that's awesome.
They added the match details of the match it was worn into against Cameroon.
Excellent.
And a couple of signatures, but only the ones they could get.
It looks a bit like, actually, nowadays then you get the match details like printed on really professionally if you've got a match one shirt, and it looks like for this one they couldn't quite afford it, so they just got a black marker pen and wrote the game details on everybody's shirt. There you go.
It's incredible. I mean, it's from a company called Sol's Collection.
Oh yeah.
So I've actually tried to chase them down. It's a tiny company of 2 people in Portugal,
Brilliant.
who are selling cheap Chinese clothes and who just happened to know the coach and printed those shirts. So that they couldn't do any more for me, unfortunately. But I tracked them down and had a couple of phone calls with them. Absolutely horrible quality, but a very special shirt.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. You'll never see another one of those in anyone's collection. I highly doubt it.
No, I don't think so.
So, Eric, what have you got for us in terms of stars and stripes?
Well, I'm actually wearing the one with the star. I'm not
Uh-huh.
sure if you can actually see
yeah.
when
Yeah.
Puma's 2010, 2012 African templates had the mesh shoulders. I guess they had some mesh left over from their 2007 V-Power, and they stitched them in and put stuff in the shoulder. Morocco got their star and like from their flag. And the other African countries got some various things. The Egypt one was a beast with the Sphinx on the shoulder.
Yeah. And
great shirt.
Angola had like an antelope on it. And, yeah.
But this is a great template. They're super comfortable. They're really light. The mesh sleeves are nice. They're no rubber Pumas though, so I can't go too crazy about them. But they actually. The home versions of the 2007 templates were also mesh. Those were the ones with the rubber.
Pumas. Yeah, that's right.
So that's my star. And okay, for a stripe, pick a color: yellow or red.
Yellow's weird, so I'll go for yellow.
Yeah, go on.
Alrighty then.
Yellow stripes. That sounds particularly weird, actually. Somehow.
Oh yes, I know that.
Yeah. There's one that was on eBay for like £1,000 or something. I don't know. It was but yeah, it's a Dominica.
Is it Dominica? I think I got
Dominica. Yeah, Dominica.
I think I got told off for calling them Dominica.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, yeah, it's Dominica.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, more than likely match worn. It came from a player, and it's probably my second favorite Dominica shirt that I have in my collection. The other one's that strange green one.
I know the one. It's cool.
Really interesting.
Love the badge on this.
Just a fun fact: that player actually got sanctioned for selling shirts to us.
So you're kidding?
Out of the squad for I think 5 matches.
Well, maybe that's why I never got my shirt off him that I paid for.
Yeah, I think he ripped you off.
Yeah, he did.
I think he sent me about 7 shirts.
It ended up happening to me
mate.
too. The last one I purchased never arrived, but in the end. But
it's a great shirt. Show us the badge. Can you show us the badge up close?
I love the fact the badge looks like it's been sort of hand painted by someone.
Yeah.
The angry parrot.
Yeah, it's something else. But that guy also had he had some personal issues that befell him. So I've kind of I don't begrudge him for what happened. I think he was going through some stuff, and I didn't know that about the sanctioning.
Neither did I. Whoops! I don't think we ever meant to get anybody in trouble.
Actually, what happened is the guy at the post office was somebody working at the FA. I think he was the general secretary or something. So
love that.
He wondered why
general secretary of the FA works at the post office. That's magnificent.
And that's why he wondered why that guy is sending shirts to Canada and Germany all the time, or sending parcels, soft parcels, and they were not allowed to sell them on. So that's why he got sanctioned.
Oh, sorry. Perhaps we accidentally ended his international career. Well, Nick, what have you got for us?
Okay, so I've got quite an interesting Malawi shirt. So they've been with Puma. In fact, they had the same design of the Morocco shirt that Eric's just shown us. But then they moved over to Umbro, and they had a bespoke Umbro shirt. But I'm not going to show you the bespoke Umbro shirt. I'm going to show you the template that they wore in between. So for I think one match, they wore this stripe version.
Oh yeah.
And I was quite friendly with the guy who worked at Umbro in South Africa, and he sent me one of these in a parcel, which was quite nice of him.
Yeah.
So these are pretty rare because it's literally the team and me that managed to get these. And so that's the home one. They also had an away one, which as long as they're not playing someone in red, they're able to wear that one.
I love it when away shirts are the same colour as the home shirts, and you're a bit like, why? Celtic had 3 green shirts one year. You're a bit like what's happened there? It's all fine until Hibs come to town.
Yep, stupid. But right, so that's my strike ones. Malawi have been quite lucky with their shirts. They tend to have bespoke shirts all the time, whoever they're with. So I think to have a template Malawi shirt is quite cool.
Very rare. Well done. So what have you got? What star have you got for us?
I'll be honest. I was up in the attic looking at my collection, trying to find a particular shirt that I wanted to, but whilst looking for it, I'd forgotten about this awesome Curaçao.
Oh yeah.
So formerly the Netherlands Antilles, who had a really dull shirt. Then when they split, didn't they? They were into 4 separate islands,
constituent parts.
Because they're nowhere near each other. They're all just randomly dotted around the Caribbean.
Yeah, so it's what, Curaçao, Aruba, Bonaire, and
that's it. St. Martin wasn't part of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you hear about Bonaire now going to court against FIFA to get in?
They are, yeah. I read about that.
That's okay. I've got a Bonaire shirt already, so I'm prepared for that to happen. It's when they let St. Pierre and Miquelon in that I'm screwed.
Okay, me and Eric have got that already, so
yeah.
You sons of bitches! I cannot.
I don't have the Bonaire though. I have to get one of those.
You can get one of them on CFS, and they're decent as well, actually.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to this shirt, the Beltona Dutch brand. I got in contact with them originally to get the Netherlands Antilles ones, and then during the conversation, Curaçao became members, or took over from them in FIFA. So I got those, and they were super dull. They were literally plain white and a plain blue shirt. And then later on, I did a second order.
They were terrible. Those white shirts that they had were just the worst football shirt ever. But yeah, that blue one's an absolute banger.
Yeah, it's a really stylish one to have for like a sort of fairly unknown company.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I will then chime in with my own particular contribution, which is for my star, and in fact, this is a shirt that has a star and a stripe on it. Is this DR Congo shirt? It's a classic, and I've got to say I just absolutely love it. The star there, it's their old badge before they kind of switched to the sort of mad leopard thing that replaced it. But there's something about the simplicity of this shirt and the colours that I just think is absolutely.
Yeah, the fact they chose the wrong colour.
Yeah, I know. That's it. It's the wrong shade of blue. But it just looks so much better than the actual shade of blue that you find on their flag. It's always been one of my favourite shirts, and I first saw it when I first started collecting I started in 2010, and then they wore this. I think it was the Championship of African Nations, which is not the African Cup of Nations, but the African tournament for home-based players only that they do in the alternate years when the AFCON isn't running. And I don't know, when I first got into all this shirt stuff, I used to just watch like any international football that I could find all over the world. And I watched a few games of that Championship of African Nations, and Congo were just wearing this bad boy, and I just thought, that is beautiful and I want it. And I didn't think I would ever be able to get it, but then Area made them available for just a short amount of time. They were available from some website from France, and I was lucky enough to nick one when they did.
Yeah, and I can't quite remember, to be honest, because there was then they brought out the light blue version of this with the other badge.
Yeah, that's right.
Ridiculous material. which you could like pull it from the other side of the room, and it would, it still wouldn't slow you down.
Really?
Yeah, I have the
Because
funny material one. That's a really odd one.
they did two versions of the one that replaced this, that light blue one, and the first lot had an embroidered badge, I think, and the second lot did not, and I got the one that didn't have it. And I don't know, it's fine, but I don't know, it's nowhere near as good as this. I just think this is just an absolutely cracking shirt in pretty much every way.
I've got the light blue version of this with that badge on it, because I got it from Gabriel Zacchiani.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
He sent me a bunch of shirts.
That's
I
brilliant.
think it's a great choice for the Stars and Stripes, because that's arguably the boldest stripe I've ever seen on a football shirt.
Yeah, it's wicked. The sash is just ace, and like somehow just lining the red with the yellow just makes it stand out so much. I just think it's brilliant. But anyway, I was picking that as my star shirt. I thought, I didn't really know if a sash counts as a stripe or not. It kind of does, but then it kind of doesn't. So I have also picked a stripy shirt, and I have gone for, just because it's a bit silly, really, more than anything. Can you see that? It's this.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to see anything else for a few minutes too. It's just burned into my retinas.
It is this ridiculous Brunei away shirt, which I don't know. It's kind of, because it's so silly, I kind of love it. I can understand that it's not brilliant, and it is very silly, but it's unique, It's
almost got a sash on it as well. Like,
that's it. You're right. It kind of does. I hadn't really thought of it like that, but it does. It's got like a black sash up the side. I just find Brunei quite interesting, because if you remember when we all started collecting, like, it just seemed like Brunei was one of the impossible nations that we were never going to be able to get, because they'd been suspended from FIFA for ages for governmental interference. And like at the time, they weren't really even entering qualifiers for like the Asian Cup or even the World Cup. It was like they didn't really care very much about football. And they were definitely one of the countries where I was like, I don't really know how I'm going to do that. And I found that I had a mate in Brunei, and I got him to put a call out on like national radio, because for some reason he happened to be going on national radio, but nothing came of it. And like I had to wait really until like eventually like all the fuss blew over, and I don't know. I think it was the Sultan or someone in the Sultan's family who'd decided to disband the FA or overrule the FA or something, which was why they got suspended. But it all blew over eventually, and like Lotto started making Brunei shirts actually available. So that was,
they got shop in Singapore.
Western.
Yeah. I think the weird thing about this shirt is obviously the home one is a really nice, I think it's a bespoke one with the sort of star pattern on it. And that's really nice. And like when I got this one at the same time, and I sort of forgot about this one, because the other one is such a nice, it's one of my favorite shirts that came out that year. So yeah, thanks for reminding us about that.
It's all right. I was just looking for a stripy shirt, and I just was like, that's probably the stupidest stripy shirt that I own. So let's rock it. Why not?
I agree to Nick. I do have the yellow one as well, and I think it's beautiful. And I actually held it in my hand an hour ago and thought about picking that, so I'm happy I didn't. What I don't get about this shirt is the colors. I mean, they do have a black sash on their flag, but the other way around. So that doesn't make any sense. And then the FA logo is green and gold.
And black.
So that obviously it shows red, black, and gold. I mean, red, white, black, and gold are the colors of the flag. But why do you then have a green FA logo? It just all wrong.
That's it. It doesn't make any sense. Like when you put it all together at all, it's just an absolute mess.
It is a nice logo though. It's quite quality done, isn't it? What did it say underneath it? Conquer and something.
Yeah. What does it say? Conquer and united. Confused and united, something like that. Probably. Yeah.
I'm disappointed the Lotto logo isn't in blue.
Yeah, they should have gone for that, and one purple sleeve, and you know, pink down one of the sides. I mean, why not? Totally, they should have gone all out. But you know, it's silly, and that's kind of what I love about football shirts. You know, I don't want a plain white football shirt. That's boring. I want one that's that you're going to remember, because if you're not gonna, then what's the point? So I guess that's all of our stars and stripes picks. And there were so many that we could have picked that we haven't chosen. I mean, like Cameroon's training top from was it the '94 World Cup?
Yeah,
the one that's 3 colors with a huge star on the front. I mean, and I think FIFA said that they weren't allowed to use it in the actual World Cup, which was why they ended up with those green shirts that they ended up using. Cape Verde, they haven't made the cut. I mean, they've got some magic shirts with stars on.
Oh yeah.
Sao Tome and Principe have got that ridiculous flag shirt that's got 2 great big stars on the front. I've got a lovely Singapore shirt with stars down the side. I've got to say, I love stars on a shirt. I think it's great. Somehow it always just makes for a great shirt.
I was originally going to include the Suriname one made by Club. I hadn't noticed that it had stars on, but actually the entire front of it has these subtle white, grey.
Yeah, that's right, actually.
And that's what I'm looking for when I stumbled across Curacao.
I hadn't thought of that one either. It's a great shirt. And then in terms of stripes, there are loads that I could have talked about. Madagascar, Somalia, they're both stripy, and they're not great designs, but they've both got pretty interesting sort of stories that go with them. But anyway, we'll come back to them. I guess all these countries are just going to have to wait their turn to be inducted into the Atlas. However, congratulations to the countries that we have inducted today. So to add to Cuba, Venezuela, Comoros, and Sierra Leone, who we inducted last time round, who've we added this week? We've got Slovenia, Guinea-Bissau, Morocco. Who was your second
Dominica.
country? Dominica, Curacao, Malawi, Democratic Republic of Congo, and finally Brunei. So that's filled up the Atlas quite nicely there. A few more pages in there. So that's good. Another successful week, I think. So that probably brings us to the end of today's episode of the Polyester Atlas. If you've made it this far, then I very much hope you've enjoyed it. Please tell your friends if you happen to know anybody who might care, and get in touch, because we got some really nice messages after the first episode. People were really positive about it, which was slightly surprising, but it was lovely, very nice. So yeah, give us a shout. Maybe we'll give you a shout out. Follow us on social media. We've got a Twitter account at Polyester Atlas, which was inexplicably still available on Twitter. I can't understand why. And obviously we're all on Twitter individually too, so give us all a follow. And hopefully we will see you all again for another episode soon. So goodbye, chaps. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.